Memory. Yeah.
Get rocks from that building over there.
Allison, say here to you too. Where we at, Amber?
We are at the Lost City Innovation.
Alright guys, you come on down, everybody, just make sure you take turns, that way everybody does a good look. The formation's right over here. Once you guys get a good look, just rotate around, just everybody take turns today. Sharing is caring here at the Lost Sea. Now this right here is our first stop along the tour. We call this area the Cascade. You guys start to come down, you're going to see two different formations. The first one being what you see up top. All that amber coloration is called drapery, which you see right up here. Now the drapery itself is made out of iron oxide. That's basically just really free rust. A good way to remember that, you got your bacon and your Tums and Rollies all in the same place. Now, if you guys want to take pictures, that's fine. Personally, I'm kind of scared of heights, so I'm going to turn right back around. I'll meet you guys back at the beginning. Just make sure to watch your head, and once you guys meet me back up here. When the water drips down, it kind of looks like it's crying. For each of those teardrops, bring down sediment. It's like tears. My trainer taught me it looked like an alligator or a dinosaur mouth, and that's how I see it. You guys can see that top row teeth right up here. There's the back of the mouth, and there's that bottom row teeth at the bottom. Now that top row teeth, those are called stalactites because they hang tightly to the ceiling. Whenever those droop down, they start to grow stalagmites that grow on the ground. Someday the stalagmites might grow tall enough to reach the ceiling as well. Over thousands of years, these two will meet in the middle. Whenever that happens, the teeth touch. You get the back of the mouth right here. That's a stalactose-stalagmite column. That's what happens when the two combine. Now you guys are going to see formations like this all around the cave today, so make sure to keep an eye out for them. Just make your way down. This is called a leaching vat. This was used back in the Civil War to collect bat poop. Now, I know that sounds kind of gross, but there is a good reason for it. Bat poop is rich in potassium nitrate. That's a key ingredient to make saltpeter. Now, the thing is, when they came down here, all the soldiers collected all the bat poop they could. They put it into the top of the leaching vat and poured scalding hot water over it. Those two would combine. They'd seep right down into this trough at the very bottom. It was called mother's liquor. Now, eventually it would drip way down there into that kettle at the very end. They start to take little bits of charcoal off the end of their torches. As they stirred it around, that liquid would cool down over time. They would start to get hardened saltpeter crystals that formed around the rim of that kettle. They'd very carefully take those crystals off. They'd send off to refineries, and they would develop into gunpowder. So, guys, you learned one thing on my tour today. They shot bat poop at each other back in the Civil War. Now, right up here on your left side is going to be the oldest known date in the entire cave, 1863. There's also some soldiers' names listed in here. As you guys make your way through, there are two different types of writing. All the darker writing you see is from the charcoal at the end of the soldiers' torches. All the white scratches you see, that is all vandalism. We definitely don't support the vandalism, but I do want you guys to participate in this history right here. My number one thing is this. If you guys want to take pictures, that's fine. Just make sure to watch your head for all these low-hanging rocks in this area. 1947. Back then we had the Cavern Tavern. When you came down here, you could hang out, you could dance on one of the 3 dance floors, you could drink from one of the 3 moonshine stills, or you could just listen to the band and have a great time down here. Now there was a band that played every single night. It sounded like a really good place. So on opening night, a ton of people came down here. They were super excited and wanted to have a great time. They came down here, they had an amazing time, but then it came time to go home. Well, when you're down here, you can drink 3 times the personal alcohol limit and get drunk just as quick as you could in one sip. Well, with that being said, they was very heavily intoxicated. So they started to go home. They started to travel up a set of stairs. Now, of course, drunk people on stairs probably not the best combination. That is ultimately why the Cavern Tavern shut down. It only stayed open about 2 months long because there was a lot of injuries that occurred from people falling right back down that set of stairs. They decided this wasn't good for business to leave it open, so it shut down very quickly. The 3 dance floors are still here to this day. We do still have all 3 of the moonshine stills. One of them is displayed later on the tour. The second one is across the street at the general store, and the third one is put away in storage. Now, once you go past those dance floors, it's going to lead you to the back corner of the room. You're going to see fallout shelter supplies. If anything went wrong, we once had enough supplies to feed 20,000 people for up to 2 weeks. There's some examples right over here in the corner of the room. All the metal tins on the left side would have held salty crackers, and 2 barrels standing on the right-hand side would have held water. Now, once you pass all the fallout shelter supplies, you're going to see a fence. Right behind that fence is going to be what we call the cat chamber. It's a 90-foot deep pit that some explorers went down in 1939. They found the bones and remains of a Pleistocene jaguar, which was a very large prehistoric cat. It was about 8 feet long and weighed anywhere around 500 pounds. Currently, the bones and remains are up at the National Museum of History in New York, and that's probably where they're going to stay for the rest of our days. But we do have a bronze molding of what we believe the cat face will look like. It's up in that display case in the lobby that you guys are more than welcome to check out at the very end of the tour. Now, one last thing I want you all to witness in this room is called total natural darkness. I'm going to turn off the lights in just a moment. You guys stay towards the middle of the room, cover up anything and everything that lights up at this time. If you have a smartwatch, put your hand over it. You got your cell phone, put it in your pocket. If you got a camera, just turn it off. If you've been good in the last week, you shouldn't see anything at all. If you have been bad, you might see the face of the devil staring back at you. If you guys are brave enough, come up and take a look. But remember this, kids, hesitation means guilt. If your parents are watching, go ahead.
Well, that was happening quite good to me. But here's how you always reach out.
What is it?
Go down there. I'm standing down to the lake is 7 stories. On the way back up, it is also 7 stories. It was a lot steeper though. Now, if you have asthma, heart problems, back problems, anything like that, please just make sure to listen to this warning. Going down to see the lake and go on that boat ride is completely optional. You don't have to go any further if you don't want to, but coming back up after that boat ride is completely mandatory. The only way back up this hill is 302 feet. I can carry you out of here, but I charge $1 a pound. But in all seriousness, guys, you do need to walk back up this hill once you start this walk. The only way back up is by carrying yourself out. So with that being said, if you feel like you cannot continue on this walk, you'll stay right here at this first rest stop. We'll come back in about 20 minutes and pick you up. Like I said, you will stay right here, right over there, guys. There will be groups coming up and down in between that time frame, but you will stay right there. We'll come back in about 20 minutes, continue on the rest of the tour. But you are going to miss out on the lake, the boat ride, seeing Crystal Falls, seeing the moonshine still, hearing Ben Sand's story. That's the way you found the lake. There's a lot of stuff you'll be missing out on. Does anybody feel they need to stay right here? All right, guys, we can go ahead and head on down there. Splash a little bit. Don't panic. It's okay.
see the fish, Leah? You see the man?
I got something pretty cool about this boat. You guys can see we're on one of our glass bottom boats. If you look down, you can see the fish swimming right up here. Now the thing is, you guys might be the last generation to ever witness this. We are discontinuing the glass bottom boat, so go ahead and take it in while it lasts, everybody.
Hi there, fishies.
And just a little bit more about our fish, guys. The biggest one we've ever had is Trevor the rainbow trout. He's pretty famous. He's up in that display case in the lobby nowadays. You're more than welcome to go visit him. He's 33 inches long. He weighed 16 pounds and 7 ounces. He's definitely the biggest one we've ever had in our Lost Sea history. Also had a Tennessee state record for about 12 years straight. Now, guys, we go right through here. Just keep in mind, this is not the deepest spot in the lake. The deepest spot's right back there. You guys look right back there at that low-hanging rock. That is 75 feet right there. Right there, it's roughly 60 to 65. Now, I'm going to go ahead and steer away from the fish feeding area. I'm going to take you right over here to the site of our most recent rockfall. Now, when I say most recent rockfall, it does make it sound like it just happened last weekend. It was actually about 2,000 years ago, and the reason we know that is because of what's growing in its place. Now, we did have to take a small piece of the drapery off. We took it off, sent it off to a lab. We got an isotope dating test on it. That proved to be 2,082 years old, and it's still actively growing even now. And right here is that drapery.
Wow. Look like phone.
Like I said, guys, it does still actively grow to this day. Right there's a wet spot. That's the water bringing down sediment. It's still active even now. Another thing that shows that is the water dripping down right here next to our map of Florida made out of stalactites. You guys can see Bessie the milking cow right here. If you get dripped on, that's called a cave kiss. That brings you 1 year of good luck.
Oh, I got 3 drops. Oh, 4 drops fast. Come on, look.
Now, guys, it's not just Bessie. It's actually this entire area. So don't worry. You might get dripped on.
Oh, it got drip.
Yep, that's 1 year of good luck per drip. So we
I got
just
6
got like
years of
5
good
we're all
luck.
stumped up. Now, something pretty cool about this area right here, directly above us, 145 feet up to the surface, is the first gravel parking lot you guys passed on your way in. When you're going up our driveway on the right-hand side, that first gravel parking lot, we're right underneath it. Like I said, 145 feet above us is that parking lot. All right, everybody, raise your hand if you got dripped on. Almost everybody, cool. Okay, if you did not get dripped on. All right, raise your hand if you did not get dripped on. How did half my boat miss this? Okay, cool. I need to work on my driving skills. But now, as far as that goes, don't be jealous, guys. There's an opportunity for some good luck later on. And especially don't be jealous. Rumor has it Bessie the milking cow is located under the men's restroom. Not entirely sure. But as far as that goes, guys, there is some good luck later on. It's called the bear's paw. If you like to touch it, you're more than welcome to. If you touch it, you get a week's worth of good luck. If you hug it, you get a month. If you kiss it or you lick it, not really sure what you get.
Yeah.
You get whatever the last person had. Alright, guys, let's make our way back into dock the boat. Please just make sure to be seated the entire time. I'll let you know when it's safe to exit. And there is one last thing I want to tell you all about. Back in 2007, we had our most recent drought since 1965. Back then, we lost 30 feet of water. We had to extend our dock all the way over to that light right there. That's where you would have started your boat ride. From this light all the way back to the shore now, none of this water was here. We lost it all due to a drought. We lost 30 feet of water, which is quite a lot. It took 1 month to lose 30 feet of water. It took 4.5 years for us to get it back. Now, in that time frame, the boat rides were very, very short. Back in 2007, your boat ride would have been maybe a minute long. It took a very long time for it to get back to where it is now.
How do they keep it from flooding like it did?
So we do have water pumps nowadays to make sure that it doesn't flood. If there's a drought and there's nothing we can do about it, we can't pump water back into the lake. But if there's too much water, we can pump it out.
Is that calling fish?
No, that's a light. Yep. This is one of our lights sitting down there. Alright, guys, we're coming to dock the boat. Please just make sure to stay seated. I will let you know when it's safe to exit. We might play bumper boats. I'm going to try my best not to. If we get too close to that boat, feel free to just push it out of the way. They're going to be okay. You guys are going to be okay. It's not going to hurt the paint job.
Here, fishies.